Oh, g'day friends. Welcome to the podcast. And we cover absolutely everything that can be covered that's somewhat interesting. For example, we've done a weather chat. Mm-hmm. We've also done a chip chat in terms of the best chips in Adelaide. We've done a shower chat as well in terms of the water that falls out of the sky. Up next, of course, is sub chat.
Yeah, you missed out on cane toe chat too. We've done that this week.
Yeah, because who knew that the little guys came all the way from Hawaii back in the day?
Hawaii. This sub situation is pretty dire, and we don't mean to make light of it, but someone who was making light of it is the son of one of the billionaires on the sub.
Yeah, and then who's giving some special commentary on that? Of course. Did you say Cardi B?
From the top, make it drop, that's some wet.
I saw this coming, not me.
I'm glad you edited that too, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Enjoy this. Abby from the newsroom is in. Good morning, Abs.
Good morning.
This mini-sub or submersible story is captivating the world.
It's a little wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of hope overnight, but basically they've heard more noise, so they're obviously banging or something, trying to help the rescuers find them. But we're down to less than 20 hours of oxygen left for the 5 people on board. So we're sort of getting to crunch time, and the US Coast Guard are putting obviously all available resources in to try and find them. But yeah, we're getting to the point where they need to be found.
Is it true that even if it popped to the surface, right, it's all bolted in? There's like 17 massive bolts on the outside, so they can't, even if they get up, they can't get out.
Nah, yeah. So it's
Hang on,
pretty scary.
what do you mean? So even if they get out, they're like, no, we're in here forever.
No, they can be safe, but it's not like, even if it popped up on the water, it's not like they just quickly open a little thing and we've got air now.
We can breathe. They can't get out. It's all bolted outside.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Who would sign up to this trip?
I know. Billionaires, mate.
And the thing that what makes me just go, what the hell, is that it's controlled by literally a $30 gaming controller. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my God. And also they paid $300,000 each.
$385,000 each.
Wow. And if it's anything like my household back in the day, as soon as something slightly goes wrong with the controller, you throw it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you do. You throw it against the wall.
I reckon that's what's happened. But anyway.
Wow.
There's some 14-year-old kid sitting there with that controller going, this doesn't even work.
Bang. Unbelievable stuff. Behind the scenes as well, this is what's unbelievably intriguing. The stepson of Hamish Harding, who was an English billionaire. His name is Brian. He's on social media, and he's really going in different directions with just how remorseful he is.
So if you put yourself in the position where one of your parents is missing, you'd be sticking by the phone, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What's Brian doing?
Would you be posting? And if you are posting and you start off, quite wholesome, saying thoughts and prayers, all those types of things, that's completely fair enough. But then you sort of go, what, do you have some time off from being remorseful? So this is Big Bad Brian's post. And obviously he's a big Blink 182 fan. I mean, goodness gracious, who isn't? So Brian tweeted at Blink 182. He said, "My stepdad Hamish is on the submarine lost at sea. I'm devastated. But coming to the Stan Yadak show tonight to see you guys and give me hope and cheer me up." Let's go see Blink 182. I'm just going to have a few hours off from being really upset about my stepdad. I'm going to go see the Blink guys.
Oh, my God.
If Cheryl Smith was in a sub trapped, she would absolutely stab me in the face if she ever got out and I had gone to a Blink 182 concert.
That is completely outrageous, isn't it?
Yeah. What's even more outrageous is the fact that based on this bloke and what he's doing, you'll never guess who's responded.
Who?
Yeah, you got it right. Cardi B. Every time something comes up. Yeah, Cardi was pretty vocal as well on social media, just in relation to her thoughts on this particular bloke.
Okay, so one of the billionaires that's missing on the water from that submarine. One of the billionaires, their stepson, is at a Blink 182 concert. And people is like, well, what is he supposed to do? Be sad at the house? Is he supposed to go look for himself? Yes. You're supposed to be at the house sad. You're supposed to be crying for me. You're supposed to be right next to the phone waiting to hear any updates about me.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And I happen to know for a fact you cut that a little short, producer Zoe, because she got real colourful with her language, Cardi.
Oh, my gosh. Who saw that coming? Imagine getting sprayed by Cardi B.
But I would hope that if the day comes that I'm trapped in a submarine and one of my kids goes, I'm going to a concert, Cardi B leaps to my defence as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love that.
I just hope that if I'm trapped in a submarine, they have this on repeat.
From the top, make it drop.
That's some wet. Let's chat about one of the most iconic people that we've ever experienced.
Oh, he's bowled him round his legs. Yes, he's got him round his legs. That's beautifully bowled.
Shane Warne bowling wrong and after wrong, and then he throws one out wide into the rough. Look at that turn back.
Jodes, question without notice, one of the most famous, or maybe the most famous and iconic sportsman this country has ever produced.
Shane Kenneth Warne.
Oh, well done. Got it in one. Two-part series coming up on Channel 9, so Sunday, Monday night. It is called the drama series Warnie, and we're very lucky to be speaking to the star of the show this morning. You probably know him from some of his bits of work, and that is for Playing for Keeps, the Underbelly series Chopper, and of course on Home and Away. It's Alex Williams. Good morning, mate.
G'day, guys. How you doing?
We're doing really well, thanks, Alex. Can you talk us through the audition process for this role?
Yeah, sure. So basically just, the audition came through my agent, and we circled that pretty quickly as thinking that, it was a look that, we thought I could achieve, and a kind of world that I knew pretty well, growing up being a massive cricket fan and a big fan of Shane anyway. So, yeah, I definitely circled it and was pretty excited to get into it.
I wanted to ask you about that, mate. How important is it for you when you're getting into character to know the character and, like you said, be into Shane Warne? Because I can imagine what frustrates me is when you see actors playing sports characters and they're really bad at the actions of sport.
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest, it really annoys me as well, especially being a big sports fan and then being an actor. When you see it, it's really frustrating. They just don't move like athletes and whatnot. So then when, my time came for this, I worked really, really hard in the short amount of time that I had to make sure that, I got that action. It's an iconic action as close as I could to his action. So I had some great mentors. I had Bryce McGain, test player down in Melbourne helping me out, and then Stephen O'Keefe up in Sydney as well. So I had some guys who were pretty close to him and knew his action pretty well, helping me out, which was great.
I was just looking at some of the promo photos, Alex, and I had to double take. I was like, is that actually a photo of Shane or is that a photo of you? The likeness is striking.
Yeah, the costume and makeup team did a really great work. I think we had a great base, as given, I look relatively similar to him anyway, but what they did to sort of elevate that to make him look, or to make me look more and more like him, I was really happy with.
Hey, Alex, Steve O'Keefe give you a nice little insight and help you get into character for Warnie's character off the field as well?
No comment.
Did you have to study up on some of the scandals that he went through? And were you a bit like, oh, my God, I didn't realise that happened? Or were you sort of across all the off-field gear?
Yeah, look, like most people, I felt like I knew everything, about Shane Warne because I grew up with him, and you sort of saw it all as it happened, a lot of it anyway. And then once you actually start delving into the specifics and reading the biographies and whatnot, you realise just how much you don't know.
Yeah.
And how many little specifics are in there. And I think that's what's great about this show is, as much as people think they know everything about him, I guarantee you there'll be something that they don't. And that's kind of the fun little trip down, with nostalgia that this show's about.
Alex, you're one of the best actors in this country, but with this particular role, is there extra pressure? Like, as soon as this sort of came out without even knowing any details, a few mates and I discussed them, straight away we all said, oh, geez, this is a tough role.
Yeah, mate, there is pressure. Like, I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't. But, ultimately, he meant a lot to me growing up. And so I think the way that I sort of looked at it is, there's external pressure, sure, but no one's going to put more pressure on me than me when taking this role, and that's kind of why I took it, because I've kind of felt like I was the best guy for the job and I wanted to honour his legacy.
Alex, congratulations with the role, mates. It's such a big, iconic role and we can't wait to watch it. So Sunday, Monday night on Channel 9. Thanks for stopping in, mates. We'll chat again really soon.
Thanks, guys.
Have you checked out whatif.com's top 10 winter weekenders yet?
How good's a what if tip?
Launceston's in there, Canberra, Cairns, Tweed Heads.
Book your winter getaway on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Jodes, you were very busy yesterday. You were in Craigmore.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, to the residents of Craigmore, just high drama out there yesterday. So we got a call out there at about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, reports of a siege. And so basically when we got there, the Star Force officers were outside the house. Now, if you've ever seen Star Force in action, it is the most intimidating thing you'll ever see.
Yeah, like if they're involved, then it's something unbelievably serious.
So it was incredibly serious. And from my understanding, there was a guy that barricaded himself in the house and was threatening to blow it up. So Star Force were obviously taking that incredibly seriously. We were initially allowed in the park across the road. And then, bang, at one point it was like, this has escalated. You guys need to move back behind a car.
Yep.
And so the cameraman and I hastily moved back. They shut the adjoining businesses, so they had to pull down their shutters. So that was shut down. The whole thing was cordoned off. They expanded the cordon. And so we're watching this all unfold over the course of about 8 hours. So the guy was in his house. Obviously, the police negotiators were with him as well, trying to talk him out, talk him down, trying to come to a peaceful resolution. And so, to be quite honest with you and quite frank, I don't know how it all came to an end.
Wow. So was he, throughout the process, was he active on social media?
Yeah.
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 Wow. This is unbelievable. Because you think as well, like even when you go into Craigmore, just a quiet little place, and something like this to happen, it doesn't seem like, it just seems like something you see on the movies.
Yeah, it really felt like that when you were in the midst of it. And, you know, it got to school pickup, so it got to about 3 o'clock and everyone was like, oh my God, all the kids are going to be walking around and all that sort of stuff. So they had to divert all the buses yesterday, all the public transport around Craigmore as well. So it was just really hectic and quite frightening scenes, to be honest. Residents were evacuated from their homes. Like, I spoke to the next door neighbour and they were kicked out early in the morning and they were trying to get back into their house because their dogs were there without water and all that sort of stuff. So it was so full on out at Craigmore yesterday. I can't underestimate it.
So how did the residents react to news like that? No one sees something like this happening in your suburb?
Yeah, absolutely not. And they just wanted information, was the whole thing. But I think because it was such a tense situation and such a tumultuous situation, police weren't really forthcoming with facts to the residents. So I genuinely don't know. By the time I left, I don't know if they got back into their houses last night. I don't actually know what happened and what happened with the man as well. It hasn't been reported on in the advertiser, so I'm not sure.
That is an unbelievable situation and not quite your stock standard Wednesday.
No, it really wasn't. But part of the perils of being in that particular siege environment is there's no toilets. And so I had to hit up the hairdressers in the local business, and I said, do you mind? And she's like, yes.
She said, customers only.
She said, you use the toilets out the back. So to Chloe from Raw Hair and Beauty, who made me a coffee because it was so cold yesterday and the rain was pelting down, thank you, bless you, I love you. Please go and support her business.
There you go, absolutely.
Thank you, Chloe.
Unbelievable situation in Craigmore. So stay glued to your sets for more information. Yeah. And if any more information does come ahead this morning, of course, we'll get it with Abby in the newsroom.
Yeah, and of course, if you're in Craigmore and the situation is still going on, please give us a call, 13 24 10. We'd love an update.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hayesy on Miss Daisy.
Thursday, the train has officially departed. We're heading down the route of knowledge. Who's aboard?
Doot, doot.
That's you. Jodie's driving this morning.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's interesting. Tell you what, you had your train licence. Let's go back to 1953. On this day, that is the 22nd of June, Bruce McAvaney, the great Bruce McAvaney, is born in Adelaide today. It's his 70th birthday.
Happy birthday to one of the most beautiful men in media.
What an absolute doyen he is, and still at the absolute peak of his powers.
And do you know what I love about him? He never wants to talk about himself.
No.
He's like, will make every conversation about the person he's talking to.
It's unbelievable. And you're like, no, Bruce, don't take this wrong way. I just want to talk about you, mate.
We want to talk about you.
I just want to talk about you.
We want to talk about how cool you are.
Yeah. 1935, cane toads were introduced in Australia at Gordonvale near Cairns when 101 arrived from Hawaii.
I don't know if that was a good idea, was it, in the end?
I'm not really sure it was a great idea. They turned up from Hawaii and they're like, what's going on, guys? The cane toads turned up and they were like, aloha. We've just come from Hawaii.
We're from Waikiki.
Any room for us? Sure. Do what you want, guys. Now they're everywhere. 1996, Geelong AFL footballer Gary Ablett became the 5th player to kick 1,000 goals. Pop quiz for you, Jodie Oddie. Who are the other people in the 1,000 club?
Okay, hang on. Sorry. Gary Ablett's one.
Yep.
1,000 goals. I'm going to say Jason Dunstall.
Of course, yep. It's a recent one.
Yeah, I'm going to say Buddy Franklin.
Yep.
How many more are there?
Yeah, 2 more.
More. Tony Lockett.
Tony Lockett, yep, was in there.
And there's one more.
2 more.
You just said 2 more.
I don't think you're going to get this one. Gordon Coventry.
Oh, I wouldn't have got Gordo.
Doug Wade.
Oh, or Dougie.
There you
Duggo
go.
or Gordo.
What an elite clump that is. 2000, Marie-Louise Teal was involved.
Marie-Louise Teal.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Is it?
That's not at all. Marie-Louise Teal was involved in an embarrassing on-air slip-up during Channel 10's Brisbane News.
Although I'm married to 20 years old, when he was skiing, okay, on it, you're okay, on it. And then he slightly
Time for the weather now, Mark. Quite a warm day today.
Jeff, it was a corker of a day. The sun was a magnet.
Oh, dear. Oh, I hate it when my husband wants to take me skiing in Switzerland. Hate it. Like, what an ass.
I know. Seriously, grow up and show some feelings. Like, what is he even thinking?
Oh, I wonder if they're still together.
Yeah, side note, I've actually never touched the sno.
Oh, that is unbelievable.
I've never been to the snow.
That is ridiculous.
I've never touched the snow.
We're going to have to make you do that at some point.
Yeah. We'll go to the snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll have one of those snowball fights like they do on Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, let's get way too
Where
aggressive.
I'll playfully throw one at you and then you're just going to pick it up and go, bang! Right in my face.
You play the role of Mary Swanson. Samsonite. Number one song of June 22 in 2009 was Poker Face by Lady Gaga. And everyone's like, hey, the chorus, what's she saying? Is it Poker Face or something else? Yeah. Interesting. Listen carefully. Tell us what you think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Battles of Bangers.
It's just 2 comrades choosing a song each and putting it out there to the public to get it voted for, and then taking the chocolates, as they say, and really, really carrying on like pork chops if you win.
I guess what's really disappointing from my point of view is I feel like as a team, as co-hosts, we should be happy for one another.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Says the person who's winning. Yeah, you say that when you win, don't you?
You're so angry and bitter already. You haven't even lost this week yet.
Yes. Come on. Yeah. Right now it's a draw. I love that. I'll take it. All right. So one song each. We'll put it on social media at Jodie and Hayesy. You need to vote.
Yeah.
And also send us a text 0400 919 919. All right. Would you like to go first?
I would like to. I might explain a couple of the lyrics to my song before we reveal it. Okay. And it'll click with everyone what my song is. But anyway, this line, it says, well, you're famous when you can kill your wife and there's no such thing as 25 to life as long as you've got the cash to pay for Cochrane. That's about Johnny Cochrane, who was the attorney that represented O.J. Simpson and got him acquitted of murdering Nicole Brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's from my song.
Oh, that's fantastic to know that you're so enthusiastic about potentially getting away with murdering your spouse.
Anyway, of course, it's Good Charlotte, Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous.
It's a good song. It is a nice song.
You hate it when you like it, don't you?
I like it, but I don't love it.
All right.
Okay.
You don't have to, but the good people of Adelaide do, and you can vote on Instagram, Jodie and Hayesy page.
All right, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous from Good Charlotte up against my pick this week, which, I mean, there's so many reasons to go for Blink 182. Which one just got pregnant to the drummer?
Courtney. Yeah.
That'll do. I'll go with that. Also, so this takes me back to when I was 14. Enema of the State came out.
Oh, yes.
The album. Remember? It's got the nurse on the front putting the glove on. And as a 14-year-old, you're like, man, she's so hot. Oh, man. This was obviously the pin-up song, All the Small Things. And that was 1999. It was actually cool to own the album.
Yeah.
And I remember going to school and one of my mates had the album and he was showing everyone. We're like, that's crazy, bro.
It's crazy, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
so this is the song, Get Around It.
It's also, okay. So the title of, would you get away with that these days? The Enema of the State? You know what an enema is, right?
No. What's an enema?
I'm out.
What
I
is-
can't do this anymore. I can't.
Jodie, that's all yours to explain. I did the rain this morning. You explain that one.
Sure, I have not said that. It's the title of an album. Oh, no.
Who wants to explain it to him? Do I have to? Do I have to?
Let's go to Abby in the newsroom.
No, she doesn't want to.
Yeah, no, I'm out for this one. I'm not getting... I've just clocked over a year here. I'm not
Right.
getting myself fired.
Okay. So we've got two options.
Is she past her probation? Is she? Oh, she is. God, how'd that happen?
Hey, 6 months ago, thank you.
Okay, so an enema is something that it is administered when you can't have a bowel movement, so you can't go to the toilet.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were going to go down a real darker path than that.
well, it is a dark path.
Hey. Good song, though.
You practically played the whole song anyway, which defeats the purpose of Battle of the Bands.
Maybe I did that on purpose.
Okay.
There you go. All right,
All
two
right.
options. You got Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous
Yep.
by Good Charlotte,
Yep.
or All the Small Things by Blink 182.
Okay. All right, you can Google enema in the break.
Get voting as of right now. Jump on at Jodie and Hayesy, and also send us a text 0400 919 919.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge.
Jodies Juice.
East Bronson has had a less than stellar start to the week after police announced a man had urinated and defecated in his neighbour's yard before entering the Bond actor's property to clean up. So what?
Wow.
It seems at odds and counterproductive, doesn't it?
Did you just seg that way beautifully? Did that particular man who did the defecating, did he have an enema beforehand?
Yes. That's
And then went to Pierce Brosnan's house?
That's precisely what happened.
Wow, okay,
Yep.
it all makes sense.
So law enforcement sources said that county sheriff deputies rushed to the actor's estate in Malibu on Monday afternoon after receiving reports of a man on Bronson's property.
The thing about that is, so if someone turns up to your place and steals a whole heap of stuff, you go, cool, they're stealing things.
Yeah.
It's replaceable.
Yeah.
Someone turns up to your place and craps on it? That's personal. That is so unbelievably
It's
personal.
really hard not to take that personal, isn't it?
He's a mad Bond fan.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm doing this on behalf of Daniel Craig.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. I'm not really sure as to the resolution of that story, so just do that.
Yeah,
He
okay.
ran down to the beach and the cops got him.
Juicy.
Oh, wow.
Anthony Albanese has revealed he'll be one of the thousands trying to get tickets to the Taylor Swift concert. Do you remember him talking about Taylor last year and the things that he's learnt from Taylor Swift?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's a Taylor Swift comment for you. My theory is shake it off.
Good on you, Alva. Imagine him just dancing along at the concert. How awkward and gross it would be just with his jerky dad movements.
Yeah. And just being like, now we got bad blood. Stop it, Elmo. Please don't.
Yeah. Not fun to think about at all.
Juicy. Let's talk about Josh Rochelle, and he has signed a new deal with the Adelaide Crows. For how long, Andrew?
Well, it's a big old extension which ties him to the club until at least the end of 2029. So the future looks bright for the Crows and Josh Rochelle.
Yes, exactly right. What would that be worth a year, you reckon? What would Josh be on?
That's such a good question.
Speculate, shall we?
And those who pretend to know actually don't know. So, I mean, between 400 and 800 a year.
Right.
That's so vague, isn't it?
That's really narrowed it down. Oh, dear. We had the same conversation when I said, how much are you on, Andrew, to work on Nova? And
Yeah.
you were really vague about your answer.
Yeah, I'm at about 450,000 rupee a year.
Anyway, the whole point of the Josh Rochelle chat is the fact that there's a group of guys that have got together and they've put together like a little, is it a TikTok?
Yeah, so they put together these little videos. They're called Kick It Forward. So it's a bunch of blokes from Perth, led by Josh Garlop, who used to be a Fox Sports reporter.
Oh, yeah.
So him and his mate, including a bloke called Harry Fitzgerald, who's in the Nova family.
Oh, yeah.
Works at Nova in Perth.
Yeah, well, there you go.
This is their little spin-off on seeing Josh Rochelle on the telly.
Oh, Rochelle on the telly. What'd you say? Josh Rochelle.
Jelly on the telly, eating jelly on the belly. Flying through the valley, singing Nelly with the jelly. Gonna shoot a deli in an alley in New Delhi. Hit a rally with a deli, belly with your belly. Ned Kelly, Machiavelli,
thought it was Rachel.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
So, kick it forward on Instagram, have a look at it, because the best part of this little clip as well is Josh Rochelle dancing along to it.
That is actually Josh.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a Josh lookalike.
No.
It was Josh Rochelle.
No, they've got him on board because they've done a bunch of videos with all sorts of players. They did one with Jared Berry as well from the Crows.
Oh, yeah.
So all the AFL players, when they get asked, they get around these videos because they're very, very funny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
They did one with Kane Corns a couple of years ago.
Did they?
When we were at SEN. Brilliant.
But also, I can't imagine Kane dancing. Kane wasn't dancing, was he?
He wasn't dancing, but they got him to say a bunch of things, and this was in between our breaks, and then Kane came back and sat down and he was like, I don't know what on earth he's going to do, with that, but
Yeah,
I just said the most random things in my life.
Yeah, okay.
Very good stuff.
Anyway, Josh Rochelle on the telly.
That's good, isn't it?
And that's Jodies Juice.
Time to check in with one of our favourites.
Over the top by Doedee.
Back with the flight, Doedee.
Right in his face, Doedee.
Please welcome to Jodie and Hayesy, Tom Doedee.
Oh, here he is. Tom Doedee joins us, we assume, from your bed, is it, Tommy?
Correct. Good morning, Hayesy. That's a bit creepy that you got that straight up.
We're watching you.
How are you feeling, Tommy?
Yeah, better. Thanks, Joe. It's been a pretty quiet week. I obviously don't do a whole lot post-surgery, but progressed from walking around with a big brace on with crutches to now just the crutches. So I don't have a big, ugly blue brace around, which is good, and exercises are getting better and pain's getting better. So each day is a little bit better and a step in the right direction, which has been good.
Talk us through the pain relief. I assume you would have had a fair bit. Do you have any sort of adverse effects, or does it make you a bit loopy?
I thought you were going to say, do you have any excess?
I actually did watch a movie called A Good Person recently, which is about a oxy addict, and I was literally, as I was watching it, I took an endone and I was looking at the screen going, this is probably not the best movie to be watching right now. But no, I've got pretty much no adverse effects, which is good. I'm sort of pure pain relief, so I just stick to the every 6 hour mark, take it to help me sleep, and then move on with my day, which I'm very thankful for, because I know a lot of people it doesn't agree with them, and they have to find alternate solutions.
Hey, Tommy, the fact that you know what you're about to go through, does that make it easier or harder, given you've had a knee reconstruction before?
I think in the early stages, it's probably easier, because I know it's quite a long, even the first few weeks, you sort of, last time I remember feeling I was so far away from playing again, but at this stage, I know that these early parts, you just have to basically get your flexion back, get your extension back, learn how to walk again, and then the hard stuff begins. But in terms of the whole 12 months, it's definitely worse to know, because it's not fun. And the first probably month when you're learning to walk again is okay. The next month you're sort of building up your strength to run, and then after about the third month when you run, it's pretty much a grind for the next 7-8 months. So knowing that that's ahead of me is no fun, but early days it's probably helpful to know that I've got a long way to go.
How do you go as a spectator? So the Crows have got Collingwood, which is a big match on Sunday. Do you watch it?
I went on Saturday against West Coast 2 weeks ago. That was hard. I don't enjoy watching footy at the best of times. I'm much more of a sort of switch off and watch a movie. But when it's my own team, it's sort of like it's a bit of both, because I feel if they're winning, I'm excited, but then I'm also like, I want to be a part of that. And then if they're losing, it's obviously not good, but then I know that I can't help, so it's even worse. So sometimes I probably don't watch for that exact reason, but I'll be watching Vince versus Collingwood, just because I think it's such a big game for our season, and I feel like we're a chance.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Tommy. I mean, different level, but in the sample 2006, I got dropped for the grand final. So it was the Dogs up against the Eagles, and of course I was playing for the Dogs, but I was in the stands going, Eagles, Eagles. And the Eagles won. And I pretended to be sad.
That does not surprise me at all.
No, two very different personalities, you and Tom.
Hey, Tommy, what about some of your teammates, in particular the young blokes? Everyone's getting a contract at the minute.
Yeah, how good's that? Honestly, we get an email to let us know that that the news is happening before it gets released, just so the playing group and the football staff are across it and feel like it's not just learning with the rest of the public. And it's been a million email every day letting us know that some young blood signed on. So it's good. I don't know whether we bunched them all together for that specific reason, so that it looks like that. But the fact that all these blokes are signing on without any hesitation, even with years left on their deals, is a positive, and they obviously like the direction the club's going.
Our favourite has been Josh Rochelle this week, purely because it inspired a little TikTok video. I don't know if you've heard this, but we'll play it for you right now, Tommy.
Front row to the Rochelle show.
Oh, Rochelle on the telly. What'd you say? Josh Rochelle.
Jelly on the telly, eating jelly on the belly. Flying through the valley, singing Nelly with the jelly. Gonna shoot the deli in an alley in your deli. Hit a rally with your deli, belly, belly with your belly. Ned Kelly, back your belly, Donatelli, back the belly. Josh Kelly, drink my telly, back your jelly, Josh Shelly.
I thought it was Rachel.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
Hey, Tommy, are you familiar with Josh Gallup and Kick It Forward's work?
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
I am actually. He did a video with Sam Berry about tackling.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
We were in Perth maybe, and that was one of the. I hadn't seen much of him before that, but that was one of the funniest things I've seen. And the best part, if you go back and watch that video, is watch Jake Saligo's acting, because he's potentially the worst actor I've ever seen, and it made the video that much better. So I do actually know, but I didn't see that Rochelle video. So thanks for playing that. You've brightened my morning, guys.
All right. Well, maybe we should rally to get them to do one about you, Tommy, because there's a lot that rhymes with Doedee. I'm trying to say.
Let's go with Doedee.
Or just
That's a tough
do something like no healthy ACLs between him, something like that. Just to take it as a piece.
Yeah, it's a different path. Hey, before we let you go, Tommy, obviously you're a man who enjoys the watching the screens. What's taking up your time at the moment? What movies are you watching?
I'm a little bit disappointed. I've watched about 7 movies since surgery, so it's been a week since, and I've only watched 7 movies, which for me is just not good going. I need to get better at that. I never got around to The Wire season 5, which I know The Wire is probably more of your 2 eras, so you might have come across that in your journey. But I watched 42, the Jackie Robinson biopic, Theory of Everything, the Stephen Hawking biopic. They were 2 that I've been meaning to get to for a while, and they were solid, good quality movies. Smile, which the horror movie from last year was just atrocious. Don't bother with that. The Covenant. What's that? Oh, it's the Guy Ritchie war movie on Amazon Prime. Give that a go.
Right, okay.
Cool.
Jeez, and apparently this is you being lazy with it?
Yeah, you'd hate to see what it's like when I'm not lazy. Exactly. Frightening.
All right, Tommy, thank you so much for joining us. We know it's not the best time for you to be jumping on and doing interviews, so we really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
We had a nice little school visit during the week to St John Bosco in Brooklyn Park, and what a bunch of absolute little champions they were.
Little legends they were.
All right, let's recap.
Hayesy and I headed out to St John Bosco School for our handball blitz, and they were so excited to see us they forgot our names, obviously.
Can we please welcome the people from Nova?
The kids had this fun clap thing.
And boy, did we get a kick out of it.
Hey guys, before we start, can I just try something? You ready?
Yeah. Can I do it as well? Ready? These hands down some of the best clapping I've ever seen.
Oh, well done. But enough fooling around. Time for business. We were there for Year 5 student Faith.
Thank you so much for having us out here today. It's so much fun doing these school visits. And a big round of applause to Faith, who entered via the Nova Play.
Yeah.
Good work, Faith. Thanks for getting around us.
Hey guys, show of hands, who listens to Nova? Ooh,
yes,
nice.
Good majority.
Good stuff. Oh, gee, I tell you, and those kids that don't, you better watch out.
Why don't you?
It was time to see if Faith had the right stuff to be our handball champion.
What we're going to do in just a second is we're going to go outside. We're going to have a little handball competition with Faith, and we'll let Faith choose who she wants to partner up with to take on Hayesy and I. We need a teacher to be an umpire as well. So who do we think should be the umpire?
Oh no, Hayesy, these kids are getting a bit rowdy. How on earth will we get their attention?
Hey guys.
I love it so much.
Of course, it was also a very special day for a star of the silver screen.
Before we take off, I want to do one more thing. It is someone very special's birthday today.
It's Nicole Kidman's birthday.
No, it's not. It's Hazesy's birthday today. So would you join me in singing happy birthday?
Promise.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my friends.
We just have a question down here. How old are you?
How old do you think I am? No, I'm 38. 38? I thought you were 3,800.
Birthday aside, it was time for some handball.
Are we going to go and play some handball?
Yeah.
Yeah! Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thanks again to Faith for registering, and thank you so much for having us today and for singing happy birthday to Hayesy.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to do one last thing. Just before we go as well, of course, as we usually end conversations with, we'd like to do it Nova.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Very good stuff. Thanks to our good mates as well, McGain Real Estate. McGain Real Estate, massive supporters of local, making difference all over SA. Selling your home, trust McGain. Enter your details via the Nova player, and you could be our next handball champion. We could come to your school as well.
This would not be happening without McGain. And I'm going to start doing this in the studio when I want you to shut up.
Yeah. Why am I doing this? I just did it. All right. Tomorrow, big show. Ryan Fitzgerald's going to join us. Nova's Pay Your Bills returns. It's going to be a hell of a time.
We collectively, as a group, said this Friday we're going to go off.
Go right off.
Right off our nurries.
I'll tell you what, at 8 o'clock, we're certainly going to go off because we're going to reveal our Battle of the Bangers winner.
Just because you're ahead. It's okay. It's okay.
Early lead.
Tomorrow's also Bring Your Dog to Work Day.
Yeah.
So who's doing that?
So are you bringing Tank?
Yeah, we're getting a little visit from Tank.
If I bring Tank, I've got to bring Tori too. So there'll be two of them here.
More the merrier.
Two sausage dogs running around the studio.
Yeah.
God, that's what happens mostly during the week. Just two little sausage dogs.
More sausages the better.
I don't know. Maybe I will. They're home on their own. We'll see.
Yeah, bring them in.
I might give you a surprise tomorrow morning.
Yes, very nice. Just don't let Tank bite anyone, for goodness sake.
He'll bark at you, so you'll walk in and he'll lose his mind at you, but then he'll be your best friend 5 minutes after.
Oh, right.
And he jumps around like a little kangaroo at the moment because he's still learning to walk again.
Just like his owner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, my gosh.
They say that dogs take after their owners, and that is very true.
Hey, where'd you learn that from? Why has Tank got resting bitch face? See you tomorrow, friends. Bye.
See ya.
Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy.